This Mercury in retrograde reading is self-explanatory. It's what we already know. But I thought it would be nice to maybe have a encouragement or reminder. So let's get started. My name's Aya. Thank you for joining my channel, A Fairy Good Life. Soon you'll be able to join me on my podcast, which will be entitled Trigger Happy. And those of you who have watched my series, The Cinderella Effect, know where that comes from. Got you. So, let's get into her. Let's get into Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. So, the center of the situation is the Three of Wands. And so, you're thinking about achievement. You're like, honestly, in the past, you've cultivated this really high charge energy to where you feel like blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings, and you're ready to give your gifts to the world. The Four of Wands came out reverse, which is about rewards. Some of us are ready to receive our rewards for the hard work that we put in, and that would be some forms of achievement. And the universe kind of wants to let you know that you still need to practice gratitude and still continue to do the same practices that got you to the place that you currently are right now. This is the Babylonian tarot, just in case anybody was wondering. And so some of you may feel like you're being kind of thwarted in your energy or blocked in your energy and you don't know why. I'm just going to continue on with the reading. In your subconscious mind is the Six of Swords reversed. The Six of Swords is about being relieved from suffering and pain. This is a different way to look at it. Okay? Being relieved, being able to move on, being able to so in your subconscious mind you are able to move on, but for some reason you don't want to move on without receiving your reward. Without receiving what you feel like you deserve for all the hard work that you've put in. And in your conscious mind, you'll start to feel a little bit worried. Like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right things? Am I really called to do this work? Am I? And so we have Mercury here as the magician, and it's reversed. So Mercury in retrograde in Pisces will make you feel kind of unconfident in your manifestation skills. Make you feel unconfident in whether or not in your new beginning. It basically will make you backtrack and maybe work on some things to assist you in getting to a place of true confidence, because the magician reverse also denotes a person who maybe should not be as confident as they are necessarily. You need to be balanced in your dedication to the spirit world. And if you're going to be dedicated to spirit, then you have to allow spirit to do what they do. And you see how the guy, he's just kind of like holding the basin. He's not making it overflow. He's allowing it to. There's a difference. Because all these cards so far to me are about you doing work. And I feel like people who are spiritually inclined, moving away from being totally egoic and totally false, need to learn the process. It's a process to learn to let go of doing. And Mercury in Pisces retrograde will definitely teach you to do that, to let go of doing. Yes, you have completed an end of a cycle. You have. You're right. And when you complete an end of a cycle, that's just the beginning. Coming up in your near future, the Fool, another card about having a new start. And honestly, you're like a deer who's just found its legs. You're just you're just finding your legs. They're not quite underneath you yet. So they're a little bit wobbly and a little bit shaky. Okay, now this is you, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you're trying to start. You're going to try to start something new during this Mercury in retrograde, and it's not going to produce how you thought it would, because you're not really supposed to. You're supposed to be going back and perfecting and working on something old. And that would be this card in your environment. There's plenty of stuff in your environment that you could work on that maybe you were finished, you thought was finished, or you thought that you tired of it mainly. You want new. You want something new. But the spirit world is saying no, 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 no. It's just as important. The other older projects are just as important. They may not be they don't have that new leather smell anymore, or it's not like the beginning of the relationship. This is like an old relationship. It may have given you some problems, but you know it's there and you know how to work it. But you want something new. Go back and work on that. Go back and work on that. Don't neglect that. The Queen of Arrows, Ishtar, Isis. Okay. She's reversed, and that's in your fear and kind of like your concerns position, not able to really think clearly, and maybe even throwing a tantrum because you can't have what you want right now. That's very Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. The end result would be the Prince of Disc, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this is about you going back and doing the work that needs to be done, and not quitting on projects and abandoning things. Why am I not saying that word? Abandoning things, because you feel the new coming in. The new is there. You're not wrong. The new is there. The Fool is there. You have completed the end of a cycle. Don't rush it, okay? The Page of Arrows. During Mercury in retrograde, you will get a lot of genius ideas. Write them down. Take note. Take note of your creativity, your creative ideas. But it's also about you meditating on them. The Four of Arrows. There's a lot of mental. It's a lot of mind. It's about you kind of getting centered. And this is the Sacred India Tarot, for those of you who are wondering. All right. Now I'm going to pull from the Mayan Oracle to round this all out, to see what she has to say to us. Meditate on your old ideas. Allow the new energies to find footing without you neglecting the old energies. It is uncomfortable to be in between an old way and a new way. No need to worry. No need to rush. You're on the right path. It just feels funny right now. It's an awkward position. Greater cycles. Okay? I'm going to read that for you. Let's see. That is... I'm flipping. That's a 9. Thread of grand designs. The thread of grand design in the tapestry of light. On the loom of the great cycles weave your pattern. Completion, expansion, mastery, larger cycles of time, fulfillment, and grand design. 9 is array of greater cycles, the foundation of self opening to the 4 points of measure and cycle. It is the grand design, the unfolding order of the larger pattern. With 9, you are being offered the embrace of longed for completion. Fulfill your pattern, your circle. So, yes, like this reading was saying, fulfill your circle, complete your stuff. You have a little bit more to go. It's not new. You might not enjoy it anymore because it's not new, but you have to finish your food first before you get up from the table, like your mom used to say, all right? Embody the mastery and wisdom you came to express. This ray asks you to be rather than to try to be. That's kind of what we were saying. Embody the wisdom of the larger cycles. Become the one who shines the light for others. You are the humanitarian whose being unfolds the larger pattern of the new earth. In the grand cycle of time, 9 is the number of completion and expansion. What is it that you are being asked to complete? Can you see the clues to this cycle of completion? And so, don't you wish they would just tell you? They can. If you ask, you have to get to this stage, to this point to where you sit still and you listen and you stop doing this achievement reward cycle. You know, you got to go here. Okay. All right. Okay. Can you see the clues of the cycle of completion as you expand, shed old patterns that do not support your growth, receive completion's fulfillment? You are poised on an arc of grand cycle of time. In this cycle, time and space fold, past and future merge, and lifetimes meld in completion. Join in the fulfillment of the mystery of the triple triangle by offering your mastery to be woven into the larger loom of reality. And while I was reading that, it was almost like a portal opened up while I was reading on the page. Interesting. I do see time folding in weird occurrences happening in people's world. I don't know the right word. Dimensions. I don't know. What do you say? Karmic debts are being closed. Karmic relationships, kind of like accounts, are being closed up. Right. Accounts are being closed. You have achieved as much as you're going to achieve in a certain dimension. Okay, it's done. Finish up whatever you need to finish up. That even means in relationships. Apologize to people you need to apologize to. Don't let anything linger on. Use this Mercury in retrograde in Pisces to really do some soul searching, and you might find your so you're even more compassion there. And you need this. You need this compassion for humanity, because the star is about having so many gifts, and so much love, so much compassion, that you're one with the universe, and you never feel depleted of energy when you're giving, because you're giving from a different space. You're not giving from this space, and you need to get out of giving from this space to where you want an achievement and you need a reward. You need to get out of that. You need that, and that's big. That's not a small feat. This is basically your purpose. This is basically you becoming your purpose, being one with your purpose. And when you're one with your purpose, you never really wane. And I'm not saying your human body doesn't need rest. This is definitely about rest. But it's a different type of rest. This is about not losing your shit when you get impatient with people, or you don't really get impatient with people. It's kind of like you're doing your guru thing. You're doing your Neo thing. You're moving into being a true superhero. Peace. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoy your reading. See you next time.